Hey, everybody. I'm Tom LeBlanc. I'm the editorial director for Commercial Integrator. Today, I'm happy to be joined by Mark Templeton from Harman. Hey, Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. So, we're coming up on InfoComm, and there's going to be a lot of conversation around AV over IP, and it really has dominated a lot of the industry dialogue over the last few years. And to a certain degree, it's been a little bit hype oriented. A lot of the dialogue, people are excited about this technology, but I don't know how much are embracing it. So I'm wondering, here we sit in 2019, coming up on InfoComm 2019. Are we reaching, sort of that uh, point of embrace for AV over IP? Where are we at with that right now, do you think?
Yeah, I absolutely believe we've reached that point. Yeah, I got my start with SBSI back in 2008, and we definitely faced, the innovation portion of the adoption curve. And now, fast forward to 2019, I think we're well into the early majority phase of the adoption curve. I think a lot of that's being driven by IT taking a more active role in AV solution selection and AV procurement. So I think that's driving a lot of it. But absolutely, some of the fears that a lot of the integration community had about IP-based technology, 5, 10 years ago, are a thing of the past and are embracing it absolutely.
So, Mark, one of the things people often joke about in the AV industry are all the acronyms. And in the AV over IP realm, acronyms are everywhere. There's SDVOE, there's HDBaseT, there's AVB, and now there's Dante AV. It's kind of funny, but it also creates a challenge for integration firms as they try to figure out, what's the right approach for their system designers and what's the right solution for their customers. And like you say, the IT departments within the customer organizations, what advice do you have for integration firms as they try to figure out the right path forward when it comes to choosing an AV over IP solution?
What I would separate the acronyms, which in a lot of cases are marketing driven or are a manufacturer specific standard, and focus on standards based technology. I would also focus on the application and what technology is best for that application. So in any given application, in the video over IP realm, you really wrestle with three considerations: image quality, latency, and bandwidth. So in a web streaming type application, bandwidth is absolutely paramount, low bandwidth. So that would typically lead you to an MPEG based technology like H.264 or H.265. In a presentation system, image quality, has to be perfect, and the latency has to be exceptionally low to not have lip sync issues with cameras or making it problematic to drive a PC over that system. So typically we would lean towards low latency solutions. I think one of the things we've found the industry embracing most is kind of gigabit over IP technologies, because that seems to give everyone the best of both worlds: visually lossless video, single frame or sometimes subframe latency, which is perfectly acceptable for any presentation system. And from a bandwidth perspective, in the past, bandwidth was a challenge in LAN-based systems. We've seen that shift quite a bit, where we have, in many cases, more bandwidth than we need on an enterprise network. So also looking at the system and how it's going to be deployed. Is it going to be on an isolated network, an isolated LAN within the customer's facility, or is it going to be implemented on the customer's network in a converged environment? That drives product decisions as well. So, to kind of sum it up, I would say focus on the technology and focus on the application and what's the right solution for the application. Because as you mentioned, there's a host of solutions out there. All of them are fantastic in the right application. The wrong application could set you up for some headaches down the road.